Treasurer Rita Safiotti, welcome to Stateline.
And thank you very much for the invitation.
Does WA's GST deal really work for Australia, or does it work for your budget surplus?
Well, it absolutely works for Australia. One of our key messages is that a strong WA economy helps drive a strong national economy and also helps the federal budget bottom line. Over $100 billion of company tax came from the four big miners over the past 5 years to the federal budget bottom line. Without a strong WA, we would have a massive impact on both the national economic figures but also the national bottom line.
The Prime Minister has promised there won't be any change to WA's GST deal. Why did you spend $1 million on a campaign?
Well, there's a Productivity Commission review that is happening right now. The terms of reference were released a few weeks back. So we'll be submitting our submission by February. But every meeting that I go to of treasurers, every meeting the Premier goes to of other premiers, there's always this undermining of our GST deal.
That commission isn't due to produce a final report until the end of next year. Why did you start so early?
Well, again, to be proactive and to be on the front foot. We don't want to be on the back foot. We don't want to be responding to attacks or further attacks from the eastern states about our GST deal. Also, the submissions are due by February, so there's a lot of work being done. We've also had a lot of engagement from industry in WA. This is a WA position, and we've got businesses, whether it be the CCI, the CME, we've got WA industry wanting to back and be loud on our message to protect our GST deal.
Don't you trust the Prime Minister's word on this?
Absolutely trust the Prime Minister and the federal government, but what we want to do is make sure that we stop or blunt the attacks from the eastern states.
Are you enlisting high-profile WA business figures to get on board with your fight?
Through the CCI in particular, we've got some very interested big business figures. We've already had an industry roundtable with representatives of companies. There's a lot of people that want to be involved, so we'll continue to work with cross-industry.
So you've spent $1 million on a campaign. Seems like you're enlisting these high-profile business figures in WA. Yet you trust the Prime Minister. It doesn't sound like it.
No, absolutely trust the Prime Minister. But as I said, this is about being proactive. This is about making sure our message is out there first and blunting the attacks from the other states. We've been, in a sense, a bit of a punching bag for eastern state commentators, and people always want to sort of kick WA because we have been the strongest economy. But this is about us making sure our message gets across.
What would you say to the argument that other states pay the price for WA's special deal?
Well, they don't, because through the no worse off guarantee, they are in the similar position as they would be without the deal. So they're not paying the price. And the other point too is that they actually benefit through the higher iron ore prices in WA because it's a complicated formula.
Are you open to a compromise here?
No, our bottom line is that the existing deal should be the minimum. I mean, even with the existing deal, we get 75% of the GST that's raised in WA. That's all we get, and we're still contributing $2.5 billion to the other states. That's already under this GST deal.
So there's absolutely no compromise on the table?
Not for us, no.
Is this the end, or will taxpayers see more of their money spent in your GST fight?
$1 million to protect $6 billion, I think is very much money well spent. And for example, if they were going back to the original proposals, back before 2018, would have $6 billion ripped out from our budget.
Treasurer Rita Safiotti, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.